It's Rain. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be watching Disgusting Anime Tropes. Of course, the original video is going to be in the description down below. You guys are down for this and you're ready for this? Grab your drinks, grab a snack. Let's get right into it.
Now I'll just say this now and I will say it again. I'm a weeb. I am a weeb. And an experienced one at that. みんなで翻訳 DL サイトは日本の漫画を世界に届ける新サイト What the hell does that mean?
Just kind of emphasize I'm more of an otaku. But if you're a weeb, then that's you. That's you.
Well, I've seen dozens of different animes, some of which were very bad at the very beginning, while others took me and the entire internet by storm. And even though all these animes are different by story, they're all connected by this one little small thing. This bond that's more stronger than your parents' marriage, and the belief in the fact that you think you're gonna get laid in high school because let's face it, that's not gonna happen. And I'm talking about tropes. Anime tropes. Now, anime tropes are one of the most controversial things to talk about because one single trope, whether it's popular or not, can make the anime.
That is so true. And not to mention, there have been so many different types of anime tropes that have been around since probably the maybe earlier, maybe even earlier, bruh. Like, I want to say the tropes got even worse probably in around like the 2010s, maybe early, maybe later than that. However, it's started it's been a thing for a minute. I'll just say that.
That's how powerful these tropes are. They basically have the power to shape worlds. Now, a lot of these tropes can be very harmless and can actually make the anime more better than it was originally intended to be, while other tropes are, pretty basic, like the MC character being insanely strong at the very beginning of the.
It's the fucking OP characters that know everything for no reason that can kind of get annoying sometimes because it's kind of just like, how the fuck does he know all that and why?
Story. Like, we get it. That is like the white bread of white bread when it comes to anime tropes. But
Right.
there's a few very weird and, do I say, should be illegal tropes that
Yeah, and I think I know exactly what he's going to get into, but I'm going to go ahead and let him say it for himself.
people rather not talk about. Well, I mean, people have talked about it, but on like websites like Twitter, Reddit, 4chan. You get my point, those type of people. I don't really check that shit out. Now, if you're a very sane person who reads manga or watch anime, you have definitely seen these tropes and know what I'm talking about. It's the type
Hmm.
of tropes which you, if you liked, you probably are either a pedo or someone that's like really into anime. And I mean
I wouldn't say in the anime, more like obsessive, like obscenely obsessed with anime. If you're into stuff like that, bro, or you're probably really, really young and don't know what you're getting into.
like really into anime. Thankfully, I've not crossed that line. I'm like a level 45 out of 100 when it comes to the weeb scale.
That's not too bad. Honestly, it could be worse. You could be like a 75 or an 80.
I don't have any half naked girl figurines laying around or any waifu body pillows laying around
That's what I'd call an 80
as
right
well.
there.
So I think I'm in the clear. All I really do is watch anime and collect manga, so I'm in like on that E for everyone scale. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to open your eyes and show you a perspective that many anime watchers don't like talking about or feel comfortable even saying about. And yeah, I'm just gonna go down the list. So
Oh
let's
boy.
get right into it.
Oh, it's about to get real, real dangerous up in here, bruh. Prepare yourselves.
Okay, I feel like the first trope I gotta talk about is the one that is way too familiar in the anime community, and that is the brother sister complex. I don't even know where this thing came out of. I mean, a guy in his basement probably was just looking to supposedly quote unquote spice up his manga story.
Either that or they watched way too many hentais and just thought that that was the thing to put in there, I guess.
So he created this. And you know, if you're into that stuff, that's fine. You just gotta follow this one rule, just one. You have to be born and raised in Alabama. That's the only requirement you have.
The only requirement and the only, like, I don't even, can I really think of a justification, bro? Golly.
to
Golly.
have if you're going to be into this shit. Anything else, and
Man,
you'll just be bullied to the shadow realm. Now, I know the whole topic of like brother sister love and incest is nothing new, but leave that stuff for the adult websites. Don't add that into a perfectly good anime story. Like the
that fucking part, it kind of just interrupts the plot, in my opinion, and it kind of either leaves a bad taste in my mouth or they make the sibling, the younger sibling, whether it's a boy or a girl, so fucking annoying to where you're kind of just like, dude, I want to just punch or kick him out the window or something for the sibling that just to alleviate the pain of that character pretty much.
first time I was ever introduced to this stuff was in SAO, also known as Sword Art Online. Remember
Mm.
that anime? Remember when it was
Mm.
so
No, I remember his younger sister, bruh. His younger sister was a freak, or somebody along those lines was a freak, and they were too clingy, too clingy.
good.
It was too
Anyway,
much,
surprise, surprise, the show happens to take a turn for the worse when they added the brother sister complex into the
right?
story,
Yep,
which,
yep.
coincidence? I think not.
And I believe they did that shit either like in season two. It was it was either in the first half of season one. I mean, not the first half. Sorry, second half of season one, or it was in season two, and I don't remember which one, but it was awful, just awful, and it was very annoying. And I was kind of just like, dude, I want to throw her in a paper shredder, bruh. That's
Anyway,
it.
it's around the second half of the anime when they introduce this new character to the story, who is
Right.
obviously meant to be like the new waifu within my main man Kirito's secret harem of ladies that are just down
Mm-mm-mm.
bad for him. And everything kind of seems
And why are they always down bad for the motherfucker that just be looking basic as fuck? Like, there's like other characters with better designs that you can like be, I don't know, frothing over, I guess. But here we go with this basic ass bitch looking ass motherfucker who's OP for no reason.
fine at the very beginning. You know, she seems like an interesting character until things start to get take a bit of a weird turn. And
Yeah.
if you've seen the show, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't
Mm-hmm.
until later that you finally realize it's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, yeah, okay. She wants to fuck her brother. It all makes
Yeah, she a freak. Like, freak.
sense now. You know, the blushing and stuff. Okay, all right. Wow, that is
Yeah.
the direction this show is taking. And
Yeah.
this is like a really
And that was the direction that I was not expecting. I was really hoping that they would do something else, but no, they just made this extremely fucking weird.
weird thing too because she's not letting my man go. It gets
Right.
even worse when she finds out the guy that she's been into and been talking to in this digital world happens to be her brother. Which I feel like at this point should just like she should be just done with everything because let's
Yeah.
face it, that is a new low of low when it comes to that amount of embarrassment. In the scenario where a person you've been talking to and like happens to be your brother, at
Yeah.
that point I would just never use social media again.
I would have to delete myself after
But
that.
like 10 years later at like a Christmas reunion party, you'll laugh and, you know, discuss about the story because it's a funny thing. I mean, not for the girl in the anime because in that case, she's just done with like everything at that point. But yeah. Now, this trope has been very normalized within the manga and anime industry, which it's really weird if you think about it. Like, who would accept a concept like this and just normalize it like this
Perverts.
kind of stuff happens frequently in the real world? I mean, I don't know a single person that likes their brother to the point where they want to be in a relationship with them. Like, it's just weird. Also, probably illegal from where they're from.
100% illegal. Like, why the fuck? Why would they? Why else would they want to fantasize weird ass taboo shit? And why did I have this paused on this?
Unless you're from Alabama doing this like crazy stuff, 99% of the human population can agree that this is just plain out creepy. I don't know if this is the type of stuff that happens in Japan. Like, I don't know the laws. Like, if that's
Right.
how it is, then oh well.
It shouldn't be like that. Y'all need to calm down on that.
But yeah, I'm just I don't know, man. I'm just not down for that shit. Now, the brother Simster complex seemed to be designed at first
I like how you accidentally say simpster. Unless that was done on purpose, then good job.
that's this wholesome thing where it's like the brother or sister is overprotective along with overcaring of the
Now that right there, that is insane. That is not just creepy, but that is insane. That is insanity. What
Other
the fuck?
sibling, and that would have been fine.
What?
But over time, people started to change things up, turning the trope to something much more worse than it was originally intended to be. I mean, like sexual tension between siblings. Come
That
on,
part.
come on.
Yeah,
If you
that.
got that kind of like fetish, then leave that to yourself. Do not put that in like a manga or anime that I'm enjoying.
Right.
Like I'm trying to enjoy myself. I don't want to see this
Right.
crazy brother love in
Right. It's like it's giving Dan Schneider levels of weird, sort of like how he would put like weird ass foot angles in his TV shows and everything like that. These people and they fetishes up in these animes, like dude, calm down, just write a dojin or some shit. Or go do adult stuff, but don't put that in your manga, dude. Like, come on, kids read this shit, man.
incest stuff happening in the making. Now, if you thought that that was bad, well, buckle up because it gets a lot more worse than this. Lolicons, or rather, a romance relationship with lolicons, is the next trope that I want to talk about. Now, if you're someone that's a bit of an innocent soul that, doesn't know what lolicons is, then I bless you, my friend. But pretty much what lolicons are, it's basically someone that's 18 or older looking like they're 10. So, yeah, that's pretty much the trope that pedos enjoy. Now, I'm not gonna go to this like full debate discussing whether lolicon should be approved or not in this modern society because I feel like the answer is it's pretty
It should be pretty obvious. It should be pretty obvious. And I think it's not obvious to people that, again, are very, very young and are just now getting into anime and are just now figuring this stuff out. Or if you're really old and really creepy and you know exactly what the fuck time it is, calm down, bro. Calm down. I get that they're 2D women. I get it. But, mm, feel like you're projecting your real life fantasies on these 2D women. So I'm going to need y'all to calm down.
obvious. This trope should be locked away, and the person that made it should be checked out. Now, the concept of this doesn't really sound bad on paper if you really think about it. Like, oh, someone looks much more younger than their actual age. Like, that's not doesn't sound that big of a deal unless you actually see it for yourself. But it gets really weird when they decide to add the romance aspect to it.
That part.
Which, again, if you've been paying attention to what I've been saying, normal adult guy in an adult body with a relationship with a normal adult girl in a not normal 10-year-old body doesn't really scream I hope you have a good relationship vibe if you get what I'm saying. As a matter
That
of fact,
part.
there's this one anime called Masumi or Masuno, I don't really know, No Revenge, and it's this romance anime about this guy who was once fat as a kid, trying to get into a relationship with his childhood friend. Doesn't really matter. That's not the point right now. Now, the
Uh
main
huh.
character has a sister and a mom. But the mom doesn't look like a mom, but someone that rather hasn't gone through puberty yet. And what I mean is that she looks like this.
The fuck?
Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, drowning in Slack messages, wondering why your team keeps missing.
This is not a
Does not. And how the hell did this give birth to? No, no, y'all. Come on now.
mother.
Come on now.
This
Stop
is
it.
a
Stop it.
elementary student. Imagine the MC asking his mom
No, yeah, no. How did this give birth to that? Come on now. And don't say it's because she's a little person. Don't go there, because no, no, that is not what this
about the
is.
birds and the bees of
We
growing
already
up
know what
when
this
clearly
is.
she hasn't been through that. What makes this even more weird and creepy is the fact that she has kids. Also, the father
Right.
is like never mentioned in the show for good reason.
Where's the dad at? Is he in jail or something? Like,
Obviously. Because imagine explaining to the audience that the father, this a normal adult man, married to a literal child. Even though she's 40 years old, it doesn't remove the fact that she straight up looks like she's 10. And for
how?
that reason, they never mention the dad, I guess. Like, we don't know if he went to go grab the milk and never came back, or if he just, like, works really far away, or there's even a dad in this, like, family scenario. Like, I don't know. Like, these are the questions
Mm-mm-mm. Knowing a lot of tropes in anime, he's probably overseas, working overseas or something like that. But my guess is prison. Just saying,
Questions
prison.
I need to know, but I'm also glad they don't answer it. So if you get what I'm saying. Now, obviously, people with a brain figured out that this is just plain creepy and weird. So what some manga creators do is that they keep the lolicon trope with the whole love relationship thing, but the lolicon has a very unrealistic age. And what I mean by that is the age of the lolicon can be hundreds to thousands years old.
For like no reason. And they also come up with some weird ass reason like, oh, this is just a part of their magical system, or this is just a part of the fantasy world. And she just doesn't age because of this, or that complex ass reason to kind of justify the look, essentially.
Which, by the way, doesn't make it any better. Like, I don't care if you're a god or something, or your age is
Kid,
like this unbelievable number, you're still in this child's body. I mean,
kids.
what's so bad about creating a character that looks and acts like their age?
Holy crap. And then child, uh-uh. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me right now. Y'all are killing me. And this guy was able to find this woman, but you couldn't find anybody. Okay.
Like,
I
is there something wrong with that? Is that just like non existent anymore? And it's not like I'm not gonna like the anime any less if there isn't a lolicon character. I mean, I'll like it even more because you have a good, sane mindset. But you know what? Whatever, okay? If you're someone that's creating a story and decides to add a lolicon character in the story with some sort of romance aspect, go for it, okay? Just remember, hell is coming sooner than you think. Now, the
oh
last trope I'm going to be talking about in this video isn't as bad as the other two, but I mean, it's still pretty bad. And it goes around
right.
something like
Oh boy.
minors trying to get it on with someone that's an
Oh
adult.
this is the yeah. Yeah, this is that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. How many anime? Oh boy. Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Unlike the last two tropes I've talked about in this video, this one is something that is commonly happening in the real world. You're going to be seeing
Yes.
some guy on the news being called a predator for trying to
Right.
be go steady with some 14-year-old girl. And you
Right.
know, you're probably thinking like, wow, why is this
Yeah.
even a trope? Like, why does it even exist? Because in the real world, stuff like this is deemed illegal.
Right. And they love putting weird, like I said earlier in this video, they love putting certain artists love putting weird ass taboo type tropes in their pieces, and it's kind of just like, dude, is that really necessary though? Like I said, you can just write a dojin or a light novel separate from whatever else you're creating just to get your frustrations out. I'm pretty sure like to take some notes from the animation industry or something. Have your no notes and then focus on the actual premise of what you're working on, but don't veer off into some weird ass fetishism territory just to make your story more interesting. You don't really have to do that if you don't want to. You can rely on other tropes that are cooler, you know what I mean?
Unless, you know, the law you live in is like a third world country that hasn't really updated their laws yet. But yeah, that's a whole can of worms I don't want to open. Now, the way this trope works is that they show the whole wholesome side to this very much illegal relationship by showing the MCs of the show not really be in a relationship, but it's like in the works or something. Here's an example. There's this one anime called Kimiko,
Oh boy.
Kimiko or whatever, where the
Koichiro?
main guy of the show gets saved by a high school girl, and because she
Ooh,
saved
child.
him, he's like head over heels for her and wants to get in a relationship with her. But
Ooh, he's a Lulu. He is delusional.
she's like, nah,
Wow.
fam, because one, they just
Yeah.
met, right? It's the only first ever real interaction, and two, he's
And she had every right to call him creepy. What the actual fuck?
much older than her. Not to mention, this guy's like really pushy. The entire show is just this guy trying to get in a relationship with this girl through like really creepy means. Like, she said no, dude. I mean, if this stuff happened in the real world, she would have either gotten a restraining order or cashed this guy in 4K for being a creep.
Yeah.
And even though this show tries to present the very wholesome moments on how this girl is like growing onto this guy, it's like, no, that doesn't.
She's being groomed. That's basically why she's warming up to this motherfucker. It's obvious that he groomed her to some degree. To some degree, yeah.
change the fact
Golly.
that he wants to get it on with a high school girl. Like, there's
Yeah.
plenty of fish in the sea, my guy. And another example, just before I end this video because it's getting a bit long, is this one anime where the roles are actually reversed, where the girl likes
Mm-hmm.
the guy, except the guy is in his
Mm-hmm.
50s and has a kid. Like,
Oh
what?
boy.
It's fine if you guys
That's even worse. That's even worse. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Ladies, gentlemen. I don't care if it's an anime or not. I don't care if it's an anime or not, guys. Don't do that. Don't do shit like
like a
that.
thing
Don't.
for older men, but come on, don't act on those emotions because
Right,
again,
dude.
you're still a kid. If
Right,
anything, you're
dude.
gonna get my man into some big problems because he'll be called the creep, even though
That part, dude. Like, leave. Like, y'all. Him. The dude in the other anime, and then y'all can't do this. Y'all can't be doing this. Is that why y'all are trying to get the age of consent lowered? Y'all are weird. Y'all are
the
weird.
roles are
Y'all are
reversed. You're the one
strange.
that likes him, not vice versa. But yeah, storytellers and creators, hear me now. The tropes I've discussed here should never be added into the story because one, there's gonna be this big war with two sides, people that either approve or disapprove this trope, and two, I don't I don't have it to. I guess just like and subscribe to the video. Okay,
I guess
bye.
so. All right. Well, I already kind of spoke my piece within this video. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the description down below, and what else you guys want me to react to. And of course, if you guys want to see anything like video essays or any long form content, go ahead and check out my main channel. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Of course, if you guys want to see any art stuff, go ahead and check out my studio channel. That'll also be linked down in the description below. And of course, if you want to check out the original video, I'll have that link down below as well. If you guys enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and share this video with your friends, of course. And you guys have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay away from creepy weirdos. And shalom.